was quite worried. Okay, so you guys, like I said, Angie is one of the most talented marketers I've ever learned from. I was Google searching something. I'm constantly trying to learn new things, and I was Google searching something. I was hosting a leadership group for my leaders, and I really wanted a training that would speak to them, that was tough love, but at the same time, just precisely what we all needed to hear. And I came across a video of Angie's, and I was just like, mind blown. So I shared her video with my leaders, and that was, I want to say, it feels like it was a couple years ago. Anyway, ever since then, I've just been like obsessed with her intelligence with marketing, and the fact that she just speaks with such, just with tough love, but precisely what we need to hear. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want any fluff. I want to know, what is it that we need to know? And that's what Angie does so well. So she's a marketing ninja. She's a top 100 podcaster. You definitely have to subscribe to her podcast, The Angie Lee Show. Like I've said in my Instagram stories, I've listened to some of her podcasts 2 or 3 times. She's obviously a speaker. She's the co-founder of CBD. I mean, you know this. You can cry. We all cry. But she's the co-founder of My Soul CBD. I took my CBD just before this. I'm like, I want to just be chill. So I took My Soul CBD. It tastes delicious. It's like this orange flavor. And she's the host of Pays to Be Brave, which I just was talking about. You guys have to get to it. So with that, let's welcome Angie. Angie, we're so excited.
What's up, guys? I'm so excited to be on tonight. I know you probably have an amazing team, because if they're like you, then they are amazing. The funny part of this is I was always creeping and fangirling on you for years, because you were like an OG on Instagram. And I was like, one day I'm going to be friends with her. One day I'm going to know this.
Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny.
So I love it. Aww. So I'm super honored, super excited. I would love to dive into all things niche tonight. That's one of my favorite things to teach on. Give feedback with, editing your IG bios to make them sellable, making it so when people scroll on your posts, they stop and they're like, oh my God, who are you? What do you do? I need to know. And I love teaching this to network marketers, because all of you tonight sell the exact same product. And you're probably asking yourself, how do I stand out? How do I stand out in this saturated world of health and fitness right now, right? Everybody and their grandma's cousin's lizard wants to be a fitness coach online, right? Like you're scrolling, you're like, no, there's more. What's going on? So my goal of tonight is to make you feel more clear on who it is you're speaking to. What is the problem that you solve in the fitness industry? Still having a niche as a brand. And then of course, knowing how does Beachbody incorporate into that, right? And how do you integrate in the product line and what you do into this niche? And then crafting posts that really help you with your story. At the end of the day, you guys, sales is just a story. People are buying stories. They're not buying products. You can put that on your mirror, on your forehead, on your butt cheek, go get a tattoo of it. People, if you're feeling crazy, people buy stories. They don't buy products, right? They buy stories and solutions. So my biggest thing is helping women figure out, what is that story of yours? It could be as small as you lost 5 pounds and now you stay at home with your kids. It could be you lost 100 pounds and now you're super ripped. It doesn't have to be anything that crazy, but knowing what is your brand story, and then how can we tie that into a solution, and a really clear solution. Mm-hmm. And I think the biggest mistake that I see with fitness coaches is these general niche statements, right? And let me know in the comments if you guys resonate with this, but just helping women feel good or feel healthy, and really wanting to take that and let's chop it down and make it more specific. So when people are scrolling, they say to themselves, oh my God, Kelsey or Ashley or Jody, she is my girl. She helps with exactly what I need help with. I need to work with her. I need to figure out what she does. I'm such an awful storyteller. No, let's rewrite that story. So I would love to start out with.
A lot of us tell ourselves that, though. I think that's true, because I had to keep saying, okay, don't keep repeating that in your head, Janelle. But it's true. I'm good at that. It takes practice, don't you think?
Yeah, it really does. You come into your voice, and I think over time what happens is you start to feel more comfortable being you. So how many of you gals relate to this? But the more you post and the more you show up, the more you kind of feel this sense of like, all right, I can share this with people, because you feel this sense of like confidence that comes with the consistency, right? And so you start to identify your brand stories, and these are usually, and you gals, we can make this super interactive tonight, and I can unmute you guys in a bit, but starting to think about what are your 3 or 2 brand stories. This could be you were in debt. This could be now you work from home. This could be you retired your husband. This could be you healed your thyroid naturally, this through workouts and nutrition. This could be, oh my gosh, you are a mom who now learned how to burn fat from home and you don't go to the gym anymore. This could be anything that you've kind of overcome, or anything that you feel like, you know what, I'm a little bit of an expert in that. You don't have to be like Jillian Michaels over here, but you're like an expert in something and you feel like, you know what, I can help other women with that. So let's start brain dumping that. I want to start from there, and then I'll give you guys my ninja formula for posts. But starting to ask yourself, all right, I'm a personal brand. All of you are. Yes, you're partnered with an amazing product line, but at the end of the day, people are buying it because they like you. And they're always going to start with liking you, and then it's going to become the product line, right? And any examples for us newish? So what I like to do is the from A to B statement. So this could be like, I went from a burnt out, stressed out mom to fit and feeling confident in my skin again. And, you know, I lost the last stubborn 10 pounds, or you healed your hormones, or maybe you more the financial side of Beachbody. Maybe now you're in a place where you make residual income and it helps out the family. Jessica just said, I escaped an abusive relationship. I love that, by building my self-esteem using fitness. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, because this is what's going to be I call it the connective tissue with your audience, because something that's necessary for sales is trust. There's two things I teach you guys. It's confidence and trust. People buy from people who are losing confidence about whatever it is they do, and that they feel like is their friend that they could trust. So knowing that the only way someone's really going to feel that sense of like, I get her, I know her, she is me, is if there's actually this sense of, oh, I feel like I could see myself in her story. Or, oh, wow, she's a stay-at-home mom too, so am I. Oh, wow, she has a side, she's doing something on the side to make extra money from her 9 to 5. Oh my God, I want that too, or I've been there too. So really having that relatability point. I have learned how to keep my anxiety at bay, Jody said. That's great. What's some more, ladies? Tell me kind of what you've gone through, or this could even be the inspiration about behind why you started with this company too. I quit teaching. Oh, nice, nice. I healed Crohn's. Awesome. That's an awesome niche. That's an awesome, very specific niche to get into. Oh my God. Wendy said, I got hit by a car and survived. That's pretty badass. I became a mom after 40. Oh my God. These are awesome. I was unfulfilled and found my confidence. I love this. I love this. Overcame an eating disorder. That's a very specific niche. So many women deal with that specific pain point. Gaining self-love. I'm a stay-at-home mom who quit teaching. Oh my God. So you guys have these. Again, it could be something small. It could be something big. I have hypothyroidism and I struggled to lose any weight. Awesome. Emily, that's such a great niche. Helping women to heal their thyroids naturally. Longevity, healed oh my gosh, alopecia, sense of purpose after the kids left. That's huge. Again, see how we're starting to get specific. So what you're doing then on social, and a lot of you are using IG obviously for your sales, is you're taking that story and then you're chunking it up into little breadcrumbs. And you're asking yourself, can I remember small moments from this one or two, these two big stories? And then I can sprinkle them into my posts and into my stories. And I can get specific with the moments and the details. Like, what was it like the moment that you realized that you felt like you didn't have a purpose anymore after you had your kids? Do you remember one of those bad days, or do you remember one of those moments or those conversations? And so sprinkling that into your content so you can create that me too factor. Another thing that's so powerful that I would love for you girls to do is to have what I call your pain and your pleasure list with the woman that you're looking to speak to. So this could literally be on one side of the paper, you put pain, on one other side, you put pleasure. This is so simple, yet one of the most powerful things that I think marketers could do. And I have literally a whiteboard in my house where I put all of these all the time to craft posts and sales pages and whatnot. On one side, I want you to put the top 3 questions that are the burning pain points of the woman that you're looking to attract. And this is more specific than just get healthy. This is like, what is that woman saying up at night? I call this the up at night test, the stress test, when she looks in the mirror test. This is the thing that she's saying that is keeping her from feeling completely happy or completely fulfilled. So this could be a question like, why can't I seem to lose the last stubborn 10 pounds or something like that? Why can't I just make enough money to contribute to the family and be home with my kids? What is that pain point question? We'll try to come up with 3 of them right now if you guys want to brain dump on paper or in this chat box. The 3 biggest questions right now that are really burning for the woman that you're speaking to, and put it in her language. So pretend you're in her shoes. And this may be her in the past, be you in the past. This could be you a few months ago. This could be you years ago. But going back to that pain of what was it that you were struggling with, that then you were craving a solution to, because that's who you guys are now. You're just solution providers. That's really what you are. So when you craft your content in that positioning of like, I'm hitting a pain point, I'm providing a solution, I'm hitting a pain point, I'm providing a solution. You guys could rotate that forever and be brilliant marketers. Honestly, the most brilliant marketers are just rotating pain and pleasure points, and they're just speaking with the customer, right? So Pamela said inconsistent and healthy lifestyle. So what does that sound like when your ideal customer is saying that? Like, what is the lingo that's coming out of her mouth if you had to quote her? Lee, this is great. Why don't I fit into my clothes after having a baby? Kelly said, why can't I self-motivate and stick with things? I'm too old, and even thinking about myself at this point in life is silly. That's really specific. That's good, Lori. Why have you spent my whole life working my ass off and serving my kids, yet I still have no money to live my own dreams? Yeah, Karen, I like this. You guys are getting specific. Get as specific as possible. Like literally, if it's the conversations that the woman's having with her friends or her family. And I find that this is a big disconnect in marketing too, is we assume we don't use the language of the customer, right? We use the language that we want to use. So instead of starting our post with one of these quotes that Lori, Katie, and Karen just put, we started with like, do you want to feel healthy? But instead, by starting it maybe with something like this, I could totally stop the scroll and say one of these quotes. Like if I was Katie, I would literally put one of my posts as, why do you feel like you can't stop looking in the mirror and feeling disgusted by what you see? Or do you feel like you can't self-motivate? And let's see, where was it? Where did she write this? Oh, Kelly said, why can't I self-motivate and stick with things? So maybe a post is all about that. Karen could say, do you feel like you've spent your whole life working your ass off and serving your kids, that you have no money now to do what you want to do? I feel the same, or I've been there. Here's how I can help you, or here's some tips, right? So you're just creating that. It's a hook, or it's a what I call a scroll stopper, and it's to get that resonation point with the reader. There has to be more to my life than just working and paying the bills. Yes, that's good. Why can't I make enough money to be a stay-at-home mom? That literally is such a good IGTV or IG post, IG story. Do you feel like you cannot make enough money to be a stay-at-home mom? Let's be real. Let's talk about it. That could be a post just coming from your voice. How many of you struggle with posts? So I know, like, how many of you is this helpful to hear about ideas of what to post? Just say yes. And oh, you're all actually raised. That's cute. You're all like, I'm like looking in the chat. I'm like, oh, I should actually look and see if they're raising their hand. Okay. So one of my tricks as well to becoming like I call it a relatable writer, right? Because my goal at the end of the day is not to actually be the most professional writer. If you guys have creeped on my stuff, it's not perfect, but my goal is to always create what I call the Me Too effect. And it doesn't have to be every one of my followers, because I don't try to please everyone, but if I can get a certain amount of people to go, oh my God, I think she wrote that for me, then I'm winning as a marketer and as a saleswoman, because I'm in her head, right? I'm in the conversation of my ideal customer. So that's what I want to help you guys with tonight, is creating these posts that when people read them, they're like, oh my God, I feel like I must be Wendy, or I'm Regina, or I'm Kelly. I feel like I know her. I need to know what she does. I need to work with her. And that's how you get lifers that want to build the team with you, buy the product forever. I mean, that's how you get lifers, right? And so one of the things I do is the pain and the pleasure list. I list out all of her top pain point questions. And I literally have Word documents called pain points of my customer. I'm a crazy person with this. I have pain points of my customer. So I'll take quotes from her, or if you guys are starting to get engagement, even if you have a small audience, but you're starting to get some feedback, I'll copy and paste responses that I get on polls, in Facebook groups, in a DM, in an email, anywhere I can get it, anywhere where people are speaking back to me, I copy and paste it. Or now I have an assistant who sits there like a psycho. We're psycho about this. Sits there, collects all of this data, giving you guys like real deal here, collects all of this, puts it into a Word document. So by the end of the week, I can look at it and go, wow, like majority of these women, the top 5 pain points this week were this, this, and this. I'm going to make an IGTV on that. I'm going to make a post on that. So I'm actually in this like symbiotic relationship with the consumer or the reader, that I can create what I know she wants. So no matter how small your audience is, I highly suggest you guys start doing that. So you can pull her language. So let's say one of mine is something about, like just this week, a lot of girls were saying like, how do I start a podcast? Am I good enough to start a podcast? That's like one of my pain points. So I'll take her language and I'll use that for the first line of the post. I'll use it for the line of the IGTV, and I'll use it to grab attention. Because I know if one woman said that exact quote and I copy and paste it and use it, then I'm using the exact language of my ideal client. And then I know there's thousands more of her that feel the same way. So let your people do the work for you, right? And this, honestly, in the beginning, what I would do for you gals is creep on other accounts and see what people are commenting. It's free. You can read comments all day. You can read book review comments all day. So find a micro influencer fitness account that you like, a girl who you're like, she's crushing it. She's got an awesome niche, or maybe she's even in Beachbody, or she's not. She doesn't have to be in Beachbody. And you're kind of like creeping and seeing like, wow, a lot of her women are asking these same questions. And she's teaching what I want to teach women. So wow, could I create content that answers those questions for moms or whoever it is you're speaking to, right? And so really starting to collect this, what I call market research or data of all of the language of the woman that you're speaking to. So then if you're ever like, oh, what do I post today? Or what do I say to these people? What's going to actually convert to a sale? You go back to your database or your little pen and paper or put it on your computer and you're like, oh, wow, that's right. Women are really struggling with these 5 things this week, or always they're struggling with it. So let me answer those questions. So I kind of work backwards. That's my secret. I share it. I'm open about it. I really work backwards. I take what they're saying they need help with, and then I create content with that. And it's just a back and forth process. So in the beginning, I think one of the smartest things you guys can do is get on your IG stories, or if you have engagement on Facebook, whatever social platform you're getting the engagement, asking those questions of, if you were to pick my brain, what would you want my help with most? Or what do you struggle with most when it comes to blank, blank, and blank in your health and fitness? How many of you moms have struggled with a baby? Or how many of you moms out there won't know how to burn the last 10 stubborn pounds in your belly? Like getting really specific with your questions to figure out the pulse of the people that are currently following you and seeing if they're your type of people. And what's great is once you start creating this content that's more niche specific, some people will filter out, some people will filter in, and that's just kind of the natural process of it. But one, starting to think of the pain points, you guys. So what are those pain point questions that keep your woman up at night? And this could be different for some of you. Yes, you guys are in the same company, but maybe who Amber attracts is different than Flora, which is different than Jill and Heather and Jennifer. Maybe it's a little bit different based on your age, your passions, your niche in fitness. It doesn't have to be the same woman. So I want you to be able to answer that question of, what does my customer struggle with more than anything? Because you guys have this solution over here. You have Beachbody. That's more of like it's the vehicle that you're using. And at the end of the day, they're buying that, but what they're really buying is the feeling of being happy or fit or all those other things, right? Beachbody is simply just the tool and the solution and the modality. So figuring out how can you get closer to that, and what is her pain point that's actually going to drive her to want to buy that? Because people buy things if their pain is big enough, or their pleasure or wanting of the desire of it's big enough, right? And so knowing that you have to hit both of those when you're marketing people. So one of the biggest things tonight is if you gals know the person that you're speaking to so well that you can list out those questions, it's game over when you guys are creating content. So let me give you real quick the framework of how I actually craft posts. If you guys want that, I put it into it's kind of like a little bit of like a structure. It's a skeleton. It's almost the format of how I craft my posts. And then I can go in later and kind of jazz it up. So if you guys want that, say yes in the chat box. And I talk really fast, so I can give you guys a bunch of info. So if you want to replay this later, you can. Okay, yay, you guys are down for that. So I call this, look at me, I created this system. I'm like, what did I call it again? Okay, Spark, steps, solution. Okay, I love alliteration. Who else loves alliteration? Who else is like, I gotta get these to all be S's? I was like sitting there one day, I'm like, I gotta figure out how to make these all the same. So I still do this. Right now I'm a little bit more fluid with my posts, but when I'm feeling that creative block, or I'm feeling like, oh my God, how do I create a post that converts well? How do I get people to comment on this? I've found after practicing what gets me the most engagement, and this is by far it. This is it, matched with a nice, well-lit photo. It could be a selfie. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be professional. Honestly, sometimes my professional photo shoots are like the ones that do the worst. It's the ones where people are just like, oh, that's really her. She's just hanging out. They do the best. So I find a photo to match this. I think of a specific topic or a pain point from that pain point list, and I have the list of all those pain point questions. So let's say one of your niches is moms who want to burn fat from home. So you're like, all right, I'm going to create an IGTV or a post today about that. I know one of her biggest pain points is she doesn't have time to go to the gym anymore. And she just feels like it's crazy at home. She wants to get fit, but there's literally no way she's going to meal prep. There's no way she's driving to the gym every day. It's just no way. And so you start to know the exact quotes and she's using around that pain point. And so the first part is called Spark. So every single IG post, the first sentence is the most important. This is called the attention grabber. This is called the hook. This is called the juicy question. I call it the spark, just to like grab some of the tension. You can also call it the scroll stopper. So literally what gets people to stop their scroll and say, oh my gosh, I have to read the rest of this. And this is where you're going to actually put one of those questions that you gals mentioned above. That's why I really want to pull that out of you, those pain point questions. You're actually going to literally put one of those as the first sentence. So, and you could say it in the third person, first person. It could be, gosh, you know, go ahead. Give me a few more so I can give you guys examples of this actually. Give me like a really juicy specific pain point that your customer is up at night stressing about. That she is like, damn it, if I could fix this. Because we're going to say it to her. So when you post it as your first line in your Instagram post, she's going to be like, oh my God, what? Like Susan knows what I need help with. So, oh, anxiety about having a heart attack. Okay, so put it in an actual, guys, put it in a quotation. So pretend you're your customer and put it in a question of pretending you're her. So be in her shoes. Can't get over negative mindset. About what? Negative mindset of money, finances. Are you thinking, F it, I should just get plastic surgery? Jill, okay, that one's a good example. That's actually a really good post. I hope you make that this week because that's great. And that would stop my scroll. I'd be like, all right, Jill, I'm going to read this. So you could start it with, are you thinking, F it, I should just get plastic surgery? So that's like your hook. That's your scroll stopper. That's that moment of like, whoa, now that we've grabbed her attention, now we can keep talking to her a bit. But if we can't grab attention, guys, we can't close a sale. Think about it. It's the very first step. You guys, anything you guys have ever bought in your life on the internet, you didn't know about it until you had awareness of it. So I'm always thinking about how can I hook people in? And then once they're in, I can give them the value and the education. But if I can't hook people in, it's game over. I lost the sale already. It's just like emails. I spend so much time thinking about my email title more than I do the inside, because I know if she doesn't open the email, I don't get to talk to her, right? And this is why I even obsess about podcast titles. I'm like, what is the title that's going to get her to press play? Because I know this is valuable. I know this is helpful, but if the title's boring, she's not going to press play, right? Like how many of you guys are like that? You're like, if the title sucks on a podcast, you're like, I'm not listening to it, right? Is that just me? I'm like, no. So this is important for you gals who even don't have podcasts. This is important for your IG posts, everything that you guys are sharing. So insert in one of those pain point questions. So that's number one, scroll stopper. Next, I put in a little bit of, I'm going to put these three again. It's scroll stopper, or you call it the spark, then story, and then you can call it steps/solution. Yes, steps/solution. So then I infuse a little bit of story, and I'm doing this to create a resonation point. So the person reading the post, and again, guys, this is like very short, right? You can only put like 200 characters in your IG post. This isn't forever long. You don't have to be like an amazing writer to do this. Stop or scroll, infuse a little bit of story. This could be 4 sentences. This could be 1 sentence. This could be you simply saying, I feel you, I was there, I get you, I know you. Guys, like sales psychology, like $1 million secret right here. This language, women love this. Women love, I mean, I love it when my boyfriend says it, like, I get you, I feel you. Yeah, and he's probably like not even listening to me, right? I'm like, are you listening to me? He's like, yeah, I feel you, I get it, right? Like as women, we just like feel so seen and heard and loved when people understand our pain, right? So infusing that into the post, like, listen, girl, whatever your lingo is, listen, girl, I feel you, I get you, I know you, I was there. I know what it's like to feel burnt out. I know what it's like to be at your 9 to 5, or I know what it's like to not feel like it's you in your body or in your skin because you just are like feeling overweight or however you feel, right? So putting that resonation point and a little bit of story. You could even put 3 years ago, I was blank, or just last week, I was feeling blank. So you infuse a little bit of your story. You don't have to go off on an entire story. You don't have space there to do that. Just infusing a little bit of what is called a resonation point. So now you stopped her scroll, you grabbed her attention, you've created a resonation point. So she's like, oh my God, I feel like this girl gets me. Like, wait, she's felt this way, or how does she know that we feel the same way about this? And then this is where the ninja part comes in, where I like to infuse education and I like to infuse steps or tips. And there's nothing wrong with these purely story inspirational posts. That's great. But I always say people don't buy empowerment or inspiration. People aren't Googling up at night like inspirational course or like inspirational teacher. Like, not really. They're looking for a solution to something. Inspiration and empowerment is part of your brand. It's part of who you are, but it's not your niche, right? It's kind of like the fuzziness around the niche, but it's not the actual niche and the actual like concrete thing that someone's like, I need that in my life. And so knowing that you can have those posts that have that, but I think infusing in educational posts where this is steps or solution, educational content into the post is so valuable. And you guys, this could be 2 things. This could be 4 steps. It could be very basic. This could literally be, you're doing a post on how staying hydrated changed your life and helped with your fat loss. This could be your tips to getting, feeling, how do you get up to work out every day? Like, do you have some like little hacks, like life hacks? Like, I set my clothes next to my bedside and I have my gym shoes ready, like little stuff that you know that your ideal person, when she reads it, she's like, oh my God, that's so crazy. Like Renee or Heather or Kelsey, wow, she gave me like a little piece of information today. I feel like I got something. And that's what we call like a little nugget, right? Like a little piece of value. And so you're not leaving the person with just like, yeah, rah, rah, you could do it. Woo. Like, I'm trying to be Tony Robbins content. Like, there's so much of that out there, right? That they can watch for free on YouTube. What they can't get is the actual story that you experience and she experienced. You can't get that for free on YouTube. And you can't always get your steps and your solution. And I think a lot of times, I don't know if you girls feel me on this, but I think we underestimate how much we can actually help people. Like, do you guys ever feel that way? I'm like, I can't, what else is there to say to them? Like, they already know this, right? You guys would be surprised. People don't know. And people who aren't healthy and who are wellness or your finances with this, they don't know these things. And so knowing that if you're even just a step ahead of the customer, then you have the right to help her. And I think you have the responsibility to help her with that, right? And so coming from that place of like, hey, here's some quick tips today. So that's one of the biggest things I would do at the end of your post is some educational content, and then always have a CTA. A CTA is a call to action. I would have one CTA. I wouldn't make it 50 million things. I wouldn't make it like my post and then DM me and then join my team and then drink my shake and then also be my friend and like all these things you're telling our customer to do, and they're just like, all right, I'm going to do none of them because that's way too much. So I always say an overwhelmed customer will run away, not walk away, but they're going to run away. Like, it's so true, right? How many of you guys have been on a website and you're like, I don't even know how to check out, so I'm not buying the product anymore because the checkout button is pissing you off. Yeah, you're like, this is too confusing. I'm not doing this. I always am like that. I'm like, can you just like ship it to me? Please don't make me fill out this form. It's crazy. So same thing, you guys. Have one CTA at the end of each post. That's, do you feel me on this? Do you resonate with this, right? You can ask a resonation question again. Tag a girlfriend in this who you know also feels this way. So, gosh, I'm trying to think of other ones. So you don't always have to do a paid thing. If anything, honestly, I call this the 70-30 split. 70% of the time, you're probably not pitching people directly. You're indirectly always selling, right? Because you're marketing, and marketing is like indirect sales, but you're not directly saying like, join my team. You're just basically saying like, hey, have you ever felt like you wanted more additional income, or what would an extra $100 a week do for your family? You're just asking these open-ended questions that gets the conversation going and gets the woman commenting, and then gets creating this brand association. So when she thinks of creating more money or she thinks of getting fit, she's going to start thinking of you, because she's literally created that brand association that your page is valuable, and you give out tips, you give out education, and you're asking those questions, and she feels like she relates to you because you're being vulnerable and sharing some of your story. And so I have that 70-30 split of educational to what I call this empowerment or inspirational content. And this is a big fix that I help a lot of girls with in the inspirational fitness space, that at first they're afraid because they're like, well, I just want to inspire women. And I think that's great. And I think you can, but especially when it's the beginning of your, educational. Oh man, that's not good when you can't even spell the word education. I was like spelling education wrong. The educational to inspirational content, the 70-30 ratio works really, really well, especially for you gals who are like, I want to boost my account. I want it to be valuable. And like Janelle, she's always posting like, the reason why I followed her account years ago, literally guys, because she showed videos of workouts and like actual fitness tips. It wasn't just like, you're amazing today, like this post. Like, it was actually giving me stuff. And I think that's where a lot of women need to get back to with Instagram, because it's become so just post a cute meme or post a cute quote, and people don't buy quotes, right? Like, quotes don't pay our bills. Like, people will like some quotes here and there and they're cute, but I think where the money's at, I think where you guys are going to see people DMing you and saying, how do I work with you? Which is like, I know what all of you guys want, or how do I join your team, is where you're actually giving away content that has tips and has education to it. And it's not just fluffy, or what I call this like fluffy content. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense in the comments.
Yeah, I think I can't speak for
what I needed
everyone, but I think part of it is we think like, oh, it's already been done.
Yep.
I know that holds me back a lot. So I'm like, oh, this person's already doing that. Like, I don't want to overlap content that I feel is already out there. And I forget that like my followers may not, don't even follow this other person or whatever. And that person didn't invent that anyway. You know what I mean? But I think that holds us back a lot.
Yeah. And honestly, it's one of the things I'm doing right now, because I'm in this new space of really wanting to grow and expand and be the most creative person I could be. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I see myself as an educator and a creator. I actually don't see myself as a coach. I just see myself as an educator. I'm like, I just want to help women online with these specific things. And I just wanted to come from my experience. And it's hard when we're on social media. And I don't know how many of you guys, like, we're consuming a lot of other people's stories and posts. And so what I've been doing lately is, one, I have a rule with myself that I cannot consume content unless I've created at least 1 or 2 pieces of content that day. So I have to create before I consume. Mm-hmm. Huge rule I would give you guys to give yourself is to have the creation over the consumption. Because next thing you know, you spent an hour comparing yourself to Susie, who, you know, she's got a 6-pack and 6 kids and she lives in Hawaii. And you're like, well, I thought I was cool today, but obviously I'm not, you know, and then you feel like a piece of, really, right? Like the other day I was like, thought I was cool. Guess I'm not. I'm like, no, my life sucks. And it doesn't suck, but then all of a sudden I think my life sucks because this girl, I'm like, how are you that ripped after 6 kids? I just don't get it. I'm not liking this, you know?
Yeah,
so
I'm done.
like,
I'm out.
Women, like we get into this comparisonitis and then we feel like crap. And then literally vibrationally, you're bringing yourself down. And that level of vibration, like guys, you don't create from a low vibration energy. The best creators and teachers and leaders and people in this world who change the world, they're not creating from that space. They're creating from a space that's so clear-headed. They're not really following what other people are doing and they're in their zone and they're staying as high vibe as possible. And that's why I usually do a workout in the morning and then I create some posts, create some content. And then later in the day, I can creep on other people if I want to, but it's not healthy. It's not healthy to you because then you can't create unique stuff, right? So a challenge maybe is to unfollow some people that don't make you feel good, stop consuming so much. It's an addiction, right? And I think it's something that we need to be really, really careful of, especially in the fitness space where there's so many fitness girls now. So create before you consume. Yes, Rachel said, I love that. Yeah. How many of you guys do that? Or how many of you guys find that you're in that like consumption trap? It's not a good trap. So one of the pain points, knowing those questions that keep your customer up at night. If you guys know the questions that are in your customer's head, then you can continuously create valuable content because you're just working backwards and you're saying, oh, you can name her. I call my girl Susan, Becky, whatever you want to call her, your avatar. She is struggling with this. Like, I know this is what keeps her up at night. And I know I have a solution. So let me create content that solves those problems. And then that's ultimately going to lead to that solution. So you're almost responding to her. And the best marketers in this world, they speak with their customer, not to their customer. I know it's like, what? It's like such a small difference, but it's the biggest difference in the world. I speak with my customer. I don't speak to her. And I think a lot of times we're in this vacuum of creating content like, well, I'm just going to post something and hopefully they like it. Instead of thinking like, wow, should I creep in Facebook groups where this demo is hanging out? Or should I ask them, is this what they actually want? Should I get on? You can do it in real life. I think we forget that we can actually ask people these questions at the coffee shop, but maybe you're at the gym and you meet this woman who you're like, that's exactly who I want to help. That's her. Or it's like your aunt's sister's friend who you're like, that's her. Literally get on the phone with her or go meet up with her for coffee for 30 minutes and say, can I ask you your biggest pain points? Can I pick your brain about this? I know it sounds weird, but I want to create more content and you're the type of person that I want to help. I used to do that all the time as a fitness coach. I was super creepy. I would get on the phone with people and I was like, do you have 20 minutes? I just need to know what you're struggling with. They're like, yeah, sure. And I would ask them and then I would create posts based on what this girl told me on the phone. Like getting that data is going to be so, so helpful for you guys. I get stuck consuming when I check back to respond to my own posts or DMs. Yeah. Jovette said I start unfollowing almost everyone. And since then I only have 32 people. It helps with my focus. Yeah. Yeah. For you girls who have squirrel brain, listen, squirrel brain, it's not our friends. You got to be in the zone. So I want to answer your questions on niche though. If anybody wants to tell me what you think yours is in the fitness space or something you're working on, who is that woman that you really want to speak to? And then I can totally give feedback on your bios too. I know women love, this is like their favorite thing is bio feedback, like taking your bio and making it super awesome. So when someone does land on your page, they're like, dang, that girl does what I want. That girl is awesome. She helps me with what I need help with. So
Yeah, I'd love
Let me know.
to put in there your what you have for your bios right now. Angie, I have changed my bio like 20 times since your niche.
Oh, oh my
Which,
God,
I mean, that's a
really?
good thing. Like I'm getting there. I'm getting somewhere with it. It was so awful before, I'm realizing. It was so generic and I don't have it nailed down yet, but I'm getting so much closer and I've learned so much from the niche course. So.
Oh my God, that makes me want to cry. I put so much love into that. So that's like, I love hearing that. But you know, and here's the good news. Cause I know some of your gals are like, I know you're sitting there. You're like, I don't want a niche, Angie. I'm not doing it. I know it. I just know it. I know. Cause that used to be me. I'd be like, I won't do it. Watch me. I'm very rebellious. So I was like, screw this teacher. Okay. So here's the thing with it. What you do in the beginning of your brand isn't what you have to do forever. So keep that in mind for you gals who like, I don't know how many of you want to keep going with a personal fitness brand or wellness brand and want to keep growing that for the next 10, 20, whatever years. What you do now for the next few months to nail that niche, get that quality audience, help the sales of Beachbody, and really like get in the zone with one thing that you're really good at and get really good at one thing. That doesn't mean that down the road you can't infuse other stuff, right? It doesn't mean you can't bring other elements into your brand. So I'm now at a point after owning a personal brand for 10 years that I feel like I can bring in other little random things and the women respond well. But in the beginning, I kept it very, very niche. Like, this is who I am. This is the problem I solve. This is who I am. This is the problem I solve. I love this. Jen says, I help moms feel good in a bathing suit again. I like that. That's specific. That's so much more specific than just I help moms feel good. I like the specificity of the bathing suit again. Okay. I help women lose fat and fix their slow metabolism. I love that one. I love that. Okay, Andrea, yeah, let's get even more specific on this. I empower young mamas to live their lives. What is our love their lives and make an impact? What does that mean for this woman? If it was like, if she had to describe what that actually means for her life. I help millennial women achieve the physical transformation they've always wanted while strengthening their mental health. Yeah, we can even chop that one down. So what I do is I call it chopping down. I almost see it like an onion that I'm like peeling and getting closer and closer and closer to the core of it. So let's say it's, I help women feel confident. Feel confident in what? In fitness. I help women feel confident in fitness who, and then you can go again one more layer. I help women who want to feel confident in fitness, who want to burn fat. Okay, cool. And then you can go, keep going more, burn fat from home. Awesome. So it started with, I want to help women feel good. And then it went to, I help women want to burn fat from home. It could be, I help women want to feel empowered and love their life. Love their life in what niche, what capacity. That could mean finances, sex life. That could mean so many things, right? In fitness, wellness. Okay. So you just keep chopping it in and bringing it down a layer, if that makes sense. That's been one of the most helpful exercises, is taking this really broad thing of like love their life or feel good about their life or have self-esteem and these things that are very broad, not tangible things. And then just keep chopping it down until, okay, women who this, and what does that look like for a woman? Like self-love, that could mean a million things, right? So what does that mean for this woman? Is self-love, is it losing weight? Is it gaining muscle? Is it, the term self-love and confidence, those can mean so many things. So especially for you gals who are in fitness, which you are, obviously you're with a fitness brand right now, I assume you're in fitness, bringing that down. So when you're using these terms like confidence or empowerment or self-love, bringing that down into what does that look like for the woman who wants to get fit or get healthier. And again, this is why using the language of your customer is so important, because if you cannot, and this is it, you guys, if you cannot envision your ideal person saying the language that's in your bio, it's probably not going to resonate when she lands on your bio. So for example, let's say, if your woman's not saying to her friend, like, oh, dude, I just can't wait to find more self-love. Like your customer's not saying that. She's probably saying like, dude, I wish I could like lose a stubborn weight or like not feel like a piece of poop in these clothes or like fit in my clothes that I used to wear before I had kids. Like they're saying specific things, right? Like how many of you guys have actually walked around to your friends at coffee, or I'm just trying to give you a situation so you can envision where your customer's hanging out. She's probably not saying those things. So find out what she's actually saying instead of making it like, not like fluffy and creative, right? So we're choosing like clarity over cleverness here. And so things like mindset coaching. So in what area, right? Bringing that down to what do they need mindset coaching in? I love this. How could I narrow it down for moms that want to stay at home with their babies? Awesome. Ashley, that's great. So why do they want to stay at home? Is it additional income so they can not miss out on the special moments with their kids? Is it, what does she want more than anything in the world? Oh, okay. Dre said, I was able to get my energy back while controlling my anxiety. 3 kids, wife, RN. I love that. I love the key term energy. I love anxiety. Ooh, okay. Reigniting my passion after the kids are grown. Megan says, helping busy moms get fit while, I was like, tasting. Well, raising a sassy 3-year-old and dating my husband on the side, wink face. Oh, I like that. Okay, I like that. That one's fun. It's more specific than just helping moms feel good. You're talking about fitness. You're mentioning the 3-year-old. You have a child. So again, the bio is about the customer, though, you guys. So be careful to not make the bio too much about. I call this like we make it like a dating profile. We're like, I love sunsets and sea turtles, and like I love the color magenta, and like. We think that's cool because we like talking about ourselves, right? Everyone wants to talk about themselves, but your customer lands on your IG. She's like, cool. No one cares that you like sea turtles. Like no one cares, Sharon, you know? And so really looking at your profile and saying, okay, what does this have to do with the woman who's reading it? Not me. And you can infuse all of those cool things about you into your brand. You can post your cats on your stories, right? You could show all of that. I just think the bio is such a delicate real estate where you want to grab their attention and let them know that like, you're a badass in fitness or wellness and you're helping people change lives. And this is how, like, own that space, you guys. You only get so many words. Don't use it to put like your hobbies or like people put like their moon sign, like Pisces, like, oh no, we're not dating on these profiles. Unless you ladies are looking for a hot dude on there. That's a totally different webinar I'll do another time. But like, really, right? If this is for business, you guys are using the IG for business. So I always ask girls, is your bio about you or is it about your customer? And a lot of times they're like, darn it, it's about me. I need to like, it's not about me. And it's not about you guys, right? When you own a business like this, it's not about you. It's, yes, you're the facilitator of it and it's your story you're infusing, but it's the solution you provide and it's about the woman that you're helping. So I even have to do that with myself. I'm like, okay, my bio is not about me. It's my help statement. I help women blank. Like, what is it that I help them do and what am I the best at? And if I only have so many characters and words to use in this bio, how can I let her know that I'm credible and confident in that space? So I would take out all the fluffy language tonight and use that space to put things like, I went from blank to blank. I went from burnt out to blank, or I help women to finally achieve blank. Really making sure that space is used well. And then also having 1 to 2 calls to action at a time max. I wouldn't have the link trees where you have 75 different links. Just being really careful of that so your customer doesn't want to, you know, just never click any of the links. Making sure you have 1 to 2 things at a time so you have these focused calls to action. So in your bio, I don't know what most of you guys are putting now as your link, but I would put, if you have a website, obviously, I would have your call to action be 1 thing at a time, whatever season you're in as far as the promotional season of your business. I don't know a ton about hashtags in bio. That's actually a great question. I don't use them right now. I know some girls do. I'm not totally against it. But what I think is a better hack for this is for you gals too. So if you all go to your IGs right now, whoa. I'm like, shoot. If you all go, you'll see after my name, it says Marketing Ninja. So in that space, after your name, this is a little ninja searchability tip here. There's only so much searchability to Instagram, right? Because it's not really a searchable platform. It's not like Google where there's actually like SEO in it. But if you put a key term after that, like fat loss or wellness coach, or honestly, as specific as you could be, let's say you're a thyroid healing coach, like whatever your thing is, which I'm trying to help you guys find your thing, put that after your name and it helps a little bit with searchability when people are searching for you. So I have that always. And like right now, if I put, let's say I put like fat loss for moms, let's see who pops up. Just to see if I was like a mom and I was like, all right, I'm on Instagram. Cool. So you could see for me, a few girls' accounts pop up, these random girls I don't know. And so it's a little bit of searchability. So that I would definitely do maybe over hashtags. But see if they're working and they're getting you traffic, then keep them. But I don't think they're necessary right now. Yes. Make sure your spelling is correct. What other questions you guys have on bio, or who would love me to edit their bio? I could do that. I love doing that.
Jody had a question. She was asking, she said, you know, she really wants to help women go from corporate and, but she said she doesn't have a lot of those women as followers yet. So does she really need to, she said, I want to help corporate moms, but I don't have a lot of those as followers yet. Should my bio be that specific yet?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you speak to the woman that you are looking to attract, right? You prepare for that success and you prepare for who it is that you're looking to attract and where this business is going. So yeah, I think that's great to start owning that. The sooner you guys own what it is you do and what you're really good at and what you're the expert in, the better. And what might happen is some people leave. Cool. Polarity is great. It's very healthy in the online space. Some creepy dudes will leave. Some people will. It will be such a great situation when you guys have some people leave. So don't be afraid that some people are going to unfollow you guys. Know that people who trust you and love you will filter and come in. So don't be afraid of that. I know when I switched from health coaching even to business coaching, I lost a ton of followers. I had to rebuild a lot of that, be really consistent, but I knew that my new people who wanted that type of information would slowly come in. So, okay, cool. Let's edit one or two. I think you guys will like it. And I think it'll be helpful for you other gals too. So, if Wendy or Cassie wants to, let's see, Wendy is the first one. Andrea or Wendy. Okay, let's do Andrea and then Wendy. Yay. Oh, okay. So maybe Janelle will have to share her, pull it up and share her screen, maybe, the IG. That's kind of an easy way to do it so you guys can all see it. Woo! This is one of my favorite things to do in the world, you guys. You know you're a nerd. You know you're a nerd when you're like, I would do this forever.
I never use Zoom to share my screen. I do YouTube.
Oh, you haven't? Oh my God, okay.
Because I normally do YouTube lives instead of Zoom. And that's why I share my screen, so I have not shared my screen on the screen.
Oh, it's so...
I'm looking for it.
Down here?
What's that?
Yeah. You'll click share at the bottom. It's to the left of my chat button, and then you'll click desktop, and then it'll share your desktop.
I see.
Or yeah, that's the easiest way to do it.
Hold on one second.
Okay. If we don't do all of them tonight, for all you guys who want me to do it, DM me it, and if I have time, the next time I do like a bio review, I'll put you guys in the. I like to like do these sometimes in my bio. And then also, like she said, in the niche course, I added a ton of bios because I'm a nerd and I'm crazy, and I show you. So you literally watch me for hours, like clean up girls' bios. It's like over 8 hours, so you go at your own pace. Okay. Oh, Katie has a good question while Janelle's pulling this up. Building a business profile versus a personal. I have not put mine together yet. What I posted. Okay, so my idea on business versus personal. So here's the real deal. Facebook owns Instagram, right? So it's a business. They care, but they don't care. They're in it to make money. They make money from ads. So thinking about Mark Zuckerberg and like what he's probably doing, not friends with him, but if I had to, not yet, okay? Not yet. If I had to guess, what I think is going on is your personal profile is probably going to get you more, and I've studied this with women, so this isn't just like hearsay on some blogs. I've actually tested this with women. If you're in a place where you're really trying to grow your account, I would keep it personal until you guys get to at least 10 to 12K, and then kind of go from there, and you could have it be business. But if you don't really need the swipe up, ladies, I would keep it personal, because how many of you guys on Facebook even get better traction on your personal page than your business page? A ton of us, right? A ton of us. And the reason is because Facebook is a business. It knows, oh, if you're running a business, you should be pumping money into ads. So we're not going to favor your account. We're not going to push it out. So it's almost like I'm just thinking logically with what they do. And then I've seen it be the most advantageous for most girls. So, woo! Okay, Wendy. Oh, this is a good one. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Let's do this. I feel like I'm my esthetician right now when she's like cleaning out like my blackheads or something. And she'll be like, oh my God, I'm so excited you're here. I can't wait to do this. Who else knows about that? Okay, no one. All right, so let's. Oh, I love this. Okay, we have so much to do here. Wendy, this is a dating profile. We got to make this about your business, guys. Guys, this is a dating profile, right?
And Wendy's awesome, by the way. She is amazing. She is just completely badass. And
oh, I love her smile. You look so fun. If she wants to unmute. You guys are dying. If she wants to unmute. But yeah, this is an example of, I love all this. I never want her to change with any of this, but I think she infuses this into her stories, her highlights, her posts, and she lets people know, like, she's a free spirit. She lives out loud. She loves mountains. She loves snowboarding. She's positive. Like, these are things that are just almost implied of the brand, But I think this space is where it's almost like a business card. It's the virtual business card where Wendy can own who it is she is in the fitness space, and then the problem that she solves in the fitness space, and really owning any little credibility factor if she has one in fitness. But yeah, gosh, you almost have like I would say like a blank slate to work from here, where you could really put in I help statements, from A to B statement, maybe where you've been with your story with fitness. So yeah, Wendy, if you want to do in the chat, or you can unmute, we can kind of think of what we can put here.
I just unmuted. Oh, I think I just unmuted myself. Did I?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yay, there you are.
Okay.
I love this. P.S. I think you're like my soul sister. These are like all things about me, minus the jewelry designer. I'm like, oh, this is me. I love it. But let's make it about business. Let's make it about business.
Okay. All right. Sorry. My face is totally red. I'm so nervous and shy.
Oh my God. No, this is fun. This is fun. So if you had to have like an I help statement, what do you feel like that is, or who is that woman that you want to help in fitness, or what do you think is the biggest thing she's struggling with when it comes to fitness?
Well, I guess maybe mental, to know that she can do it, that should put herself number one. Unfortunately, not in front of your children, but in front of everybody. You can't pour from an empty cup. And I feel that that's what I get the most, that people don't have time for themselves. And I feel I hope that's enough. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's like chop it down even more. What does that look like for that woman? Is that in order for her to start feeling more empowered or have this healthy mindset, is she needs to start a workout routine every morning, or what does that look like? Does she want to even lose weight? Is she looking to clear her skin? I mean, what's like a tangible thing that you think this woman that you're talking to really, really wants at the end of the day?
To feel confident about who she is and about all her choices, if it's at work, or if it's a relationship, or if it's with her children, even what she's making for the family, understanding and realizing maybe her life, what she's going through, is going to help empower her children, even if it's just food, because they're going to become healthier and better. Am I making sense?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think all of that's a byproduct still of maybe a pain point that she's struggling with, that is like almost her first step. Right. And I'm so glad we're doing this, because I think a lot of times we want to sell to the customer the dream overnight. We're like, you're going to feel like $1 million. You're going to be Beyonce. You're going to be confident. You're going to have the best life ever with this and this and this. I'm going to change your entire life. And it's almost like this overwhelm to the customer. And they're like, whoa, I just wanted to lose 5 pounds. Like, this is a lot. So I think almost chopping it down and saying, what is this woman ready for? If she could pull out her credit card and say like, oh, Wendy, I really need help with this, what do you think she would say? Is it that to feel confident, she needs to tone up or put on muscle or lose weight or start a fitness routine at home? Or what is like a tangible thing that you think she's like willing to invest in right now?
Willing to invest in making the time for herself, knowing that she's important enough for 30 minutes a day for the workout at home.
Ooh, okay. So she's attracted to 30-minute at-home workouts.
For sure. I mean, I hope Janelle, I'm kind of nervous. I hope I'm making sense here.
Yeah, no, there's no right or wrong answer.
Okay. I've been following you for 3 years, so.
Oh my God, yay! Oh my God, so fun we're meeting. Okay, cool. I love this. Yeah, I would. Okay, so what if we put somewhere in the bio 30-minute at-home workouts? What if we did that? Like, okay. I help women to, you could even start, I mean, gosh, just to get this to like a more niche place, you could say something like helping women with, like get fit from home in 30 minutes or less a day, something like that. So if I landed on your page, I didn't know you and I didn't get to talk to you, I would know the problem that you solve. Because I can see that you're inspirational and all those things, but I'm like, oh, what could she actually help me with though? Is she a workout coach? Is she a nutrition coach? So I think we just keep chopping this down to figure out, is it the fitness? Is it the meal plan? What does this woman want?
Is that too generic to put that on there? That's what I've always been afraid of, to kind of be like, I'm the coach to help you with a 30-minute workout. Like, I don't want to be someone looking at my bio and being like, she's selling me something. Does that make sense? Kind of the same?
No. I actually think there's like this fine balance, right? As women, it's so funny. We're so nervous to sell, and then we're nervous to not get a sale. It's like we're afraid of them saying yes, and we're afraid of them saying no. It's like we're afraid of both sides, right? So I think, one, owning that, yeah, you guys are selling, and selling's great. You guys wouldn't be on this call if you didn't buy shit from someone, right? Like, selling's amazing. It's a good thing if you guys are helping people. So just owning it and being like, yeah, I have a solution. I have something to offer. Because I think now it almost does look like it's a page of just a personal page where I wouldn't even know that you're doing business. So then, man, if I wanted help, I wouldn't even know if I could work with you or how I could work with you. So I actually think it's a disservice not for you gals to own it and be like, yeah, I have a product. It's amazing and it helps people and it changed my life. So you don't obviously have to put in your bio, like, I work with Beachbody, sign up now or else. Like, you know, like, you don't have to be like that, like creepy and intense with it. Like, sign up right now this minute. But you can own that you're helping people with something and making it still a business of service. So yeah, own whatever you want to help women with. If it's 30-minute at-home workouts that get them fit, is it simple recipes that help women to stop their cravings but eat the foods they love? I mean, thinking about really, and this doesn't have to be right now, this could be sitting on that question to yourself of what is it that you want to help them with.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just knowing Wendy, I mean, she's so freaking strong, like seriously strong. So,
well, she's on mountains and she's snowboarding. So yeah, she's obviously a badass.
Oh, she's badass. And she may not know this about herself, but I know for me, I'm very inspired by her strength. Like, I want those muscles. I want that kind of strength. I want that kind of energy. And
okay. Oh my gosh.
I think that's something that attracts people to her too.
Wait, is Wendy ripped? Are this whole, what? Okay, well, we need to okay, well, we're gonna look, they're all saying that you're super inspired. I love this. Oh, yeah. So that's your thing. Maybe your thing is, and I love this niche, maybe your thing is helping women to learn how to or use a different verb, but learn how to strength train from home so they could feel like a badass in all areas of their life, or helping women to gain more energy by strength training from home. Like, you could go into the niche of strength training and how strength training literally made you a more confident woman in all areas.
Okay, can I share something with that really quick too?
Yeah,
that
totally.
I think you just hit it on the head. Okay, because I'm the one, I'm not going to get into this, but I'm the one who got hit by a car. I messaged you a month ago, whatever.
Wow,
and so the only reason why I survived is because I was as muscular as I was. And so the paramedic who saved me said, the only reason why Wendy survived is because she's so built. Yes. And so I really want women to understand that muscle is our best friend. Yeah.
Oh, oh my God. That's a line. That's a line for your bio. Oh my gosh, I love this. We just figured out your story and your niche. Your niche is basically strength training, because I don't know about you guys, but I was an athlete my whole life, a gymnast. I still strength train. It makes me a better woman outside of it because I feel like I'm strong, and it sounds so corny, but it's true. So owning that niche, if you're like, yeah, I help women get into the gym or work out at home and strength train, and then thus as a byproduct, you're ultimately actually helping women with confidence and feeling strong and good, but you're not leading with that almost because the customer doesn't maybe know that yet, right? She's like, well, what's my first step? Like, how do I build confidence? You're like, cool. The way that I start with people is by giving them this system, this workout system at home that we teach strength training. And now you have a niche with it and you're still able to inspire them. So
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
Of course. That's good. That's so good. I love it. We took it from dating profile to like it's going to be epic. Keep me posted on this. This is going to be epic.
I will. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Should we do one more? Let's do another one.
Sure. Just tell me. And
who else looks like a dating profile? Let me do it. Guys, get your sleeping bag ready. We're staying up till 3 a.m. Whether you like it or not, stay on this Zoom call. They're like, I know, this girl is way too hyper and weird. I'm getting off this call. Mine is so boring.
I'm looking.
No. Okay, who else is like maybe a little close, or they're like.
I'm going to look up C. Williams 32 or Soulfire. Let me pull.
Doro, that's such a good question. Mindset, yes. Okay, so mindset around what, right? So it's funny. Like, I would consider myself in the world of mindset coaching, but the tangible thing with that is helping people with their mindset around sales and business, right? So the term mindset is so broad that I would still do the narrow down exercise of, okay, helping women with their mindset around blank. Is that fitness? Is that nutrition? Is it relationships? Obviously, I assume it's probably fitness. So what does that look like? Is it changing their relationship with their body, with food? I mean, what are we doing with their mindset? So Totalmatch.com profile. Okay, let's do Megan Hess. Let's do hers.
Oh shoot, I just pulled someone up.
Or wherever's, yeah.
Okay, so hold on, it's coming up right in 1 second.
Guys, just all screenshot this and DM and say no more dating profiles. Oh my God, it's so pink. I love it. Oh my God, I used to live in Kansas City. It's such a fun city. Okay, Kelsey, is she on? Let's see.
Yes, she's on.
Yay. Okay, I love this. Okay, guys, she's got an I help statement. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I help new moms feel sexy in their clothes again. I like it. It's simple. It's short. It's to the point. It's not too wordy. I know what you do if I'm a mom, considering being a business partner. So the only thing I would do is you've got some more space. I could tell you have room. So if you take out where you live, unless that's really important for you for maybe business or something, but they can find out that from your tags, I would use that space to put maybe more about, maybe like infuse a little bit of story. Like gosh, you could do an A to B statement. You could put more.
She has twins.
Oh, twins. Okay, you could do twins if that's like a big part of the brand. And then for your CTAs, guys, I'm so glad she put this. I would put something that's almost, it like raises the curiosity without saying it. So I think a lot of people, if I landed on this and I didn't know obviously what you gals did, I would think, what does that mean, a biz partner? It's almost like inside lingo that I'm like, well, what is she talking about? So I would say something like, gosh, this is where we can infuse a pain point question again. Your woman's probably saying, and you can let me know, Kelsey, mama, are you wanting to go from blank to blank, or are you ready to finally fit in those jeans that you wore before you had a baby? Or are you ready to, oh, well, this one's more about business. So are you ready to, moms can make money too. Let me show you how I make money from home. Like something that's more gitchy and specific to that woman. And a question that she would be like, oh, yes. Because in itself, people don't just want to sign up for something. They want to respond to a question, right? So I would put something like a pain point or a pleasure point about what she really wants. I would put a desire there, and then you can put like follow or wherever she needs to go. So yeah, that's what I would do. I'd use more of this space to put a little bit more about maybe credibility, a little bit more about fitness or where you've been. And then I would make your CTA something more specific about what does that look like to be a business partner? What's the benefits of being a business partner? Yeah. Ooh, your highlights look so good too. They look so good. But you guys can see Kelsey's is super clean and clear. It's to the point. It's short. You guys, your bios don't have to be forever long. I think shorter, sweeter, cleaner, to the point is better. Like I said, clarity over cleverness all day long. I know you guys want to be as clever as possible, but then the confused customer runs away. So making sure that your bio is something that someone lands on and goes, oh, I get what she does. Or maybe a sixth grader, if you guys have a kid who's in sixth grade, would say, oh, I get what she does. I could read this sentence. It's when we make it really fluffy and confusing that people are like, I'm not following this chick, or I don't know what she does. And so just getting right to the point. And then in your posts and in your highlights and in your stories, obviously you guys can elaborate more. But again, treat the bio like it's a digital business card. Heidi said, are having highlights beneficial? I do think they are, especially if you gals are organizing parts of your life and you're teaching different things. I think definitely they're awesome and they're great. I think they're great, but I think IGTV is really great too right now for you gals to start getting more views. I just started doing it and being more consistent with it, and it's fantastic. Yeah, of course, Kelsey, of course. Your picture is so cute too.
Yeah, so cute.
Ooh, should we do one more?
Yeah, just tell me what the IG handle is.
Okay, let's do, we need a juicy one. Let's do Andrea C.
Okay.
Empowering one. Empowering women.
You said Andrea C, right?
Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm like in the dark now.
That is not.
No. Underscore.
I'm guessing that's
Andrea, why did you put a picture of a dude?
No, that's not
to share. Quickly stop share. Who is this man? Okay, hold on.
Andrea, you look so different. What happened? Andrea. You're like, that's my bio. She didn't, let me see. Let's find her handle.
Oh, she put it in there, but then I missed it. Oh, Andrea _ Carol. Okay. Got it.
We're like creeping on some random dude's page.
Yeah.
I'm like, your bio sucks, bro. He's like, who are you? He didn't even have a bio, actually. He was one of those like You know when celebrities don't even have a bio? That's life goals one day. I'm not even gonna have a bio. They're just gonna be like, oh, it's her. Andrea _ Carroll.
Carrell.
Yeah, 2 R's and 2 L's, yeah.
All right, let's see if this is it.
Dang, so you guys, this is like a big team. So you have a huge team. So this is just some gals on your team, right, Janelle?
Yeah. In fact, I mean, it's not necessarily like my PS coaches, but like the whole team. So I don't know everyone individually. Where did I pull her up?
Where do you guys live? Tell me in the chat box. Where do you guys live? Where is everybody? Midwest, East Coast, KC, Michigan. So most of you, Michigan. Oh, I love it. I grew up in Chicago. So I went to Michigan a lot. Chicago, woo! Long Island. Is anybody on the West Coast? No, one girl, California, Mississippi, Michigan. Oh, you got a lot of Michigan girls because you're from there.
Yeah.
That's cool. Ooh, let's see. Okay, Jesus, wifey, mama, wellness coach. I empower young mamas to love their lives and make an impact without waiting on the weight. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I love this waiting on the weight thing. This is cool. I would niche down, love their lives, and make an impact even more. What does that mean for this girl? Does making an impact mean helping other women lose weight, or does it mean making money from home? Does it, what does loving her life mean? I would just take that and that terminology and let's put it into her words. So if the mom is saying to her friend, like, God, I just wish I could be empowered to blank and blank, what would that language sound like for her? So if we can, I would make those even more specific. And then, I think the beginning is fine if you want to put Jesus, wifey, mama, wellness coach. And then I think you have space to put a CTA as well. Something like, are you struggling with blank? Let me help. Or are you feeling like you want to blank? Let me show you how. I love CTAs that have a sense of confidence to it. Like you guys point question. And then you guys can say, let me show you how. Let me help you, show you how I did it. I help hundreds of women do this. Something like that, like a very confident statement. So that's the only thing I would say, Andrea. I think it's super close. I would just see if we can get even more specific on what loving their life means to that woman and making an impact, because that can mean a lot of things. So yeah.
Okay, how do you think I could like incorporate, because I'm like a recovering binge eater.
Oh my God. This is,
and
oh
so
God.
like there's like this huge movement going around the country right now, like accept my fat, like accept me, like I don't need to be healthy, go eat that freaking piece of pizza. And I used to just be followed by a lot of people like that, and I was just kind of like hiding the fact that I was into fitness and stuff, and then I just said screw it. And so like I don't know like how to incorporate that into it.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I look like, don't you guys love this? Within like 5 seconds of chatting with you guys on video, you guys like, I don't have a niche in the chat box. When I talk to you guys and you're like, I have this amazing niche. I'm like, why are you guys not putting that in your bios? Own that. There's so many women struggling with that. And then that can be your niche in Beachbody, is like, I help women who struggle with binge eating, or I show women how I overcame binge eating. Click here to find out. Or I help young moms to overcome their obsession with food and not wait on their weight, or not something like that, about like obsession of food or binge eating or recovering from it. I mean, why not? It's your story, and it's a really specific solution that hundreds of thousands of women are struggling with. And if you feel like Beachbody helped in that capacity, then it's like so amazing that you're able to match your story with that solution.
Okay.
So I love it. I love it.
And this helps so much once you really do narrow down your niche and really figuring out, okay, what's my next IGTV going to be? And how can, like all of your content just starts to flow better, because you're like, oh, okay, this is my niche, once you get more narrow like that. Because when we're so broad, we're just kind of like, what should I talk about today? It just feels way too broad to even come up with content.
Yeah, no one's expecting us to be, I call it an everything coach, right? And I call this on my show, if you guys have listened, I call this Tony Robbins syndrome, where overnight girls are like, I want to help people with everything in their life, their finances and their fat loss and their sex life and their wellness and their eating patterns and their confidence. And I'm like, whoa, like, are you Gandhi? Like, this is a big deal. Like, this is like crazy, right? We all want to do that because we're just so passionate. But knowing that the good news, sad but good news, and it's not necessarily sad, it's just how humans are, is that majority of humans are ready for one change at a time, you guys. I don't know about you, but I didn't change every area of my life overnight. No way. My finances, that was one thing. My weight and fitness, that was one thing. You know, business, I mean, they're all different parts of my life. My relationship, finally now I mastered that area of my life and had coaching with that. Like everything has its own section. And so that's why I'm also so passionate for you guys to be good at one thing before you try to do it all and solve it all. Yes, what you guys do is help women to feel inspired and empowered and change their lives. That's the byproduct of what you guys are doing. But when you sell it as that to a human, they sometimes are like, well, they're confused. So meeting them where they're at, meet your customer where they're at. A lot of these women that you're serving, maybe just like you, they weren't ready for a massive change all overnight. They were ready to fix one thing. And I don't know how many of you guys have been personal trainers on here. When I was a trainer, that was the biggest thing I learned, is that a woman would come in and I was like, I'm going to change her life. I'm going to take her from, she's point A, I'm going to take her all the way over here. And the reality is behavioral change with humans is you maybe get them to about here. And I realized that I got more success with people when I took it in baby steps and I allowed them to accomplish one thing at a time instead of saying like, I'm just going to overhaul your entire life. And that actually ended up hurting me more as a coach. So knowing it's okay to have one thing that you help people with and get really good at that. And then you can slowly start bringing other things into your brand. But 9 out of 10, most humans are looking for one thing at a time. If I'm Googling for help for something, I'm Googling like a specific thing. I don't know about you girls. Like, are you Googling something specific? You're like, help me to do this. So for Andrea, I bet you there are girls right now Googling how to overcome binge eating. Literally, I bet you right now on YouTube, there's videos getting thousands of views while we're speaking on that niche topic because it's just so specific. And there's a human out there burning, like their insides are like burning for help with that, right? And so knowing that you can speak to one thing and make a business out of it and it's okay to not serve everyone is so powerful. It's so powerful. My licensed therapist self is praising everything you are saying about behavior. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, Amanda. Okay, we've got the therapist approval. There's never usually therapists on my calls, so I got the legal approval of the therapist. But it's true, right? Humans are crazy. We're all one. You can't get me to change everything. I don't know about you guys, but maybe even with what you guys do with Beachbody, like it takes a lot to get someone to get in shape and to take over their life. Like guys, if it was easy, every single human would be running around with a 6-pack, super fit and super rich. Why is not everyone? Because it's a lot of work and it's a lot and it takes dedication and discipline. So meet people where they're at and help them with one thing before we overwhelm them. I think that's just so powerful.
And I love how you've said before that sometimes they're not ready to admit the other issues that they have. Like we know what they need, but all that really matters is what they know they want.
Yes, you guys sell people on what they want, not what they need. That is like genius, gold. I chat about that even obviously in the niche course. I forgot I made it so long ago, but sell people on what they want, not what they need. And what I mean by that is one of the best pieces of advice I got from my business coach when I was with selling things and wanting help with my sales pages is someone won't click the checkout button and a woman won't click it unless she has come to the awareness that that's actually her issue. And I was like, oh my God. And so if you're selling something that someone has already recognized as their problem, it's easier to close the sale versus like, well, maybe that's my problem. I think that is. I don't really know what this language is she's using. But if you just speak to where she's at, it's so much easier for her to say, yep, I'm ordering that, or yep, I'm joining your team. Let's do this. So meet people where they're at, sell them on what they want, not what they need. And then it's your job as a coach to then show people what they need. And once they're in, then you could say like, listen, girlfriend, you came to me for fat loss, but what you really need is relationship. I don't know, like leave your husband, like, I don't know, whatever she needs for real, right? You could like go deeper and stuff, but humans sometimes aren't ready for that. And they need help with one thing at a time. So I hope that's helpful tonight. If that's honestly one of the best things you guys could do right now with the brand, just being in network marketing. I think even more so because you guys are all selling the exact same product. I think it's even more important to take a stand and have a niche. Choosing the one thing that was the most helpful. Rachel, that's a great question. I feel like I've overcome a lot. She said, I'm struggling choosing one thing. So what I would do is choose the one thing that you think you have the most skill set in and that you can get people the most results in. So if you're like, the thing that I think I can talk about the most and actually get another woman results in is this part of my story. Because you don't have to share all of it and everything, right? I think a fallacy is that we need to sell every aspect of our life. And even me, like I'm a sales coach, sales trainer, but I don't sell every part of my life, or all my passions and all my hobbies. That's my business, right? And then I have other things that I don't have to sell. So knowing that, Rachel, you don't have to sell all of them. I would sell the one that you feel you can get the most results in. This is being reordered. Definitely going to replay over. Oh, yay. Oh, I'm so glad you guys liked it. Oh, yay.
So
and it's
good.
late for some of you guys. I can't believe you stayed up. That's amazing.
Yes.
Oh, baby grandmas, guys. I'm a baby grandma. That's what I call myself, if you don't know. And it means I go to bed at like 9. So I don't know if there's other baby grandmas on right now, but.
This is way past my bedtime.
Oh my God. Yay. I'm so glad you guys like this.
So Angie, let's tell them about your niche course that I took, and where they can find you and your Pays to Be Brave.
Oh my God, yay. I totally forgot. I was like in the zone. I got so heated over here, guys. I was like, let's tear apart these bios. So my niche course is angielee.com/niche or niche. I don't even know how you say it. I probably should know that by now.
I always say niche, but I know it's both ways.
I don't even know. Okay, so for the course and for the event, I'm going to give you guys the exact same code. It's just Janelle, so you guys know her name. You know how to spell it. Easy peasy. It'll save you on that. And then Pays to Be Brave is my live event in San Diego, actually in a month from today, which is crazy because I've been planning it for 9 months. So I've been pregnant with it for a while. And I don't know. I'm not a mom yet, you guys, but I'm ready for it to pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, You ladies have had a baby. Do you feel like at the end you're just like, can it get out of me? Like, I'm kind of done with this?
Yeah.
I assume that's what I feel like when I have kids, but it's just been a lot. It's been a lot, but it's amazing. It's so fun. It's one of the largest female entrepreneur events now in California. I put it in gorgeous San Diego. Shalene speaks on Sunday. A lot of great speakers, networking, dancing.
Amazing
it's like
speakers. Seriously amazing.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you. I'm like, yeah, they're like all awesome boss babes, but it's fun. It's for anybody who's at any place in their entrepreneurial endeavor. So you're going to meet girls there who are brand new. You're going to meet girls who are advanced and crushing it. And tons of network marketers will be there just because it's so powerful to go to events and to hear other perspectives on sales and marketing and networking and all these fun things. And what happened is I had been going to a lot of events myself. I was going to all the woo-woo ones. I was going to all the traffic and conversion sales events. And I was going to all of them. And I realized that 1, they were boring, or 2, I didn't really learn anything. So I was determined. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to create what doesn't exist. And this is my 2nd year of it now. We have 1,500 women coming. We have daycare actually. So if that helps, Andrea, I did that because so many moms come. So we have daycare there. And yeah, it's fun. It's awesome. It's my baby. It's the thing that it's a lot. It's a lot of work. And I'm at the month out where I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it's real. It's happening. But yeah, I'd love to see you girls there. You can use the code Janelle for a discount. DM me any questions about it. Super happy to help you with it. And yes, they handle babies as well. I wanted to, okay, Samantha, I'm going to go in and fix it once I'm off this, if it's not working. They handle babies. So yeah, so my online course, Flora, is the niche one. So the niche is online. Pays to Be Brave is an in-person thing. It's actually my big, huge party fun event. But the niche course is online, and it's go at your own pace. It's over like 9 hours of content. It's the coolest, best thing I've ever created. Basically like this times like 100. You can you have lifetime access. So once you get it, you're in for life. I upload new videos. It's like a one-time thing, and you go at your own pace. So if you're like, cool, I want to watch 20 minutes today, want to watch 30 minutes tomorrow, there's no rush on it. And it's amazing, you guys. Like I don't say this about a lot of things I've created, but it's my favorite thing I've created because I've never received so many awesome feedback and testimonials.
I just couldn't get enough of it. I couldn't even go on with the rest of my day. I just kept consuming more and more.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. Cool beans. So yeah, any questions, you guys, DM me. I try to answer my DMs because, I'm a nerd and I have no life. So I just try my best to answer them and give questions about Pays to Be Brave or the niche course. But yeah, I'd love to see you guys there, and you want to have a dance party, and I'd love to see you in the niche course. And I hope it helps you and helps you just feel more clear as you're marketing and selling online. So thank you guys for being on.
Angie, thank you so much. This was amazing. This was seriously gold. Every single second of it was gold, as I knew it would be. So we so appreciate your time and so much time that you spent, and even working through all of these bios. So helpful. Thank you. Love you.
So fun. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for staying up late, you girls who are on the East Coast.
Yes. Thanks, you guys. Have a great night.
Bye, guys. Good night.
We'll see you next time.